Hi everyone. So today we're going to work on applications of systems of inequalities. So basically we're going to take what we did yesterday with graphing linear inequalities and apply an application problem to it. So the hard part here is to take the information out of the words and create your inequalities. So when we do applications involving systems of linear inequalities, we're applying this to a real situation involving linear systems. So what we're going to want to look for is we're going to want to look for keywords such as at least or at most. Okay, remember at least is greater than or equal to, at most is less than or equal to. No more than. That's going to be our less than or equal to. Words like along that lines, and we're definitely going to be highlighting those words as we read through these. And then we're going to be talking about only positive answers. So in applications, we always want to talk about positive values. So we're going to have to include that in our group of inequalities that we're going to create. What else are we looking for here? Well, we'll add to this as we create a problem here. All right, so let's take a look at the first one. Your city's cultural center is sponsoring a concert to raise at least, okay, there's a keyword, $30,000 for the city's youth services. Tickets are $20 for balcony and $30 for orchestra. If the center has 500 orchestra seats, how many of each type of seat must we sell? Okay, so I only found one keyword there, but that doesn't mean there are other things in the problem that are going to help us with our less than or greater than equal to inequality equations. So let's look at this very last line. It's going to tell us what we're going to find. Okay, so we need to know how many of each type of seat we're going to sell to make our money. So that means our X has to be something and our Y has to be something involving these seats. So let's call X the balcony seats, the number of balcony seats. And Y is going to be the number of orchestra seats. Okay, now, here's the thing when you do these. You want to look at what's the at least or at the most, because that's going to dictate who goes in the equation together. So here, this is money. So at least 30,000 is greater than or equal to 30,000. So greater than or equal to 30,000. So we want to put in our equation, our inequality here with the X and Y is about money, because this guy here is money. See, this guy's the money. So I want to put all the money together. So here's the other money. 20 for balcony, 30 for orchestra. So that's what I'm going to put in. 20x plus 30y. All right, so there's one of our inequalities. Now, obviously, we need more than one, so let's see what else we have. If the center has 500 orchestra seats. Now, I don't know about you, if we only have 500, we can't go above 500. So it looks like we can't exceed 500. And it's only the orchestra seats, so that's the Y. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Now, I think that's everything in our problem, but we're always going to assume that we're only talking about positive values. In other words, we're not going to have a negative amount of orchestra seats or a negative amount of balcony seats. So we're going to have to tell or state that we are always going to be greater than or equal to 0. Always. These two are always going to be part of your inequalities. Okay, so let's graph. Notice that I didn't give you a coordinate plane here. I gave you a grid. Now that's because we're only talking about positive values, which means we only need quadrant 1. So we're going to create our own coordinate plane. Here that is. So we're going to draw our x-axis and we're going to draw our y-axis. Okay, and we're going to put in there, I'm just going to highlight these, use red. Okay, that we are going to be positive x's and y's. which means that we're going to go positive y's and positive x's. Okay, now I could highlight that, but I found that it's way too many colors and it's going to drive you crazy. All right, so let's pick a color. I like this mint color, and I'm going to use it for this 20x plus 30y is greater than or equal to 30,000. Okay, so let's get it in y equals mx plus b form so we can graph it. So 30y is greater than or equal to negative 20x plus 30,000. Okay, divide by 30. Okay, so that's going to be negative 2/3 x plus, I don't know, I feel like that's going to be like 10,000 there. Or 100, let me see, 30,000 divided by 30. Okay, that's 1,000. All right, so that's going to help me decide the scale on my axes here. And then my other one is y is less than or equal to 500. So how about if we go by 100s? I think we can do that. Or 50s. No, let's go by 100s. Okay, so I'm going to use the green. Let's go purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 1,000. So I hope that's okay. Should be good enough. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 1,000. Just gonna make a little note. By 1,000. By 100s. Now, as long as your scale and your x and your y are the same, then your slope is okay. So even though my slope is negative 2/3, you would think, like, how do I do that? I'm still going to go down 2 blocks and write 3 blocks because everybody's still the same scale. All right, so I'm going to use my mint color because that's what I have him is. I'm going to start at 1,000, and I'm going to go down to, write 3, all the way through, and draw my line. Now these are all equal twos, so didn't like that, did it? Let's try that again. Oops. Okay, and these are going to be equal twos all the time, so I don't have to worry about dotted. So did I divide greater than or equal to 30,000? So I'm going to go above. And then my y is less than or equal to 500. Use the blue, so I'm going to go 500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y equals, there we are. Let's try that again. Okay, there we are. Okay, and it's this way because it's less than or equal to. So my shaded region is right here. My overlapping shaded region is by those boundaries. There we go. All right, which means I can pick any point in here and I will make more than $30,000 when I sell that many tickets. So if I wanted to 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1,500, 16, that's 2,000 right there. Okay, so because I didn't put any restrictions on my X, which means I do not have any, I don't know how many balcony seats I have. So if I sell 2,000 balcony seats and 300, okay, so 2,000 balcony, and it looks like 300 orchestra, we're going to make over $30,000. All right. Okay, so and that's all we're doing, okay? Picking the information out, writing the inequalities, graphing them, and picking a point in the shaded region. All right, let's try the next one. All right, so we have Roma Pizza charges $1.50 for a small topping and $2.75 for each large topping. You want at least 5 toppings on your pizza, and you only have $10 to spend on toppings. Not for the pizza itself, but on toppings. How many of each type of topping can you get on your pizza? All right, so I guess we'll go X for small and Y for large. Okay, so X is our small toppings. And Y is our large. Okay. All right, so we're going to start out, you can always just start out with this. You're going to have positive amount of large and small toppings on your pizza. Okay, and so we only have $10, which means we cannot exceed $10. So it's definitely one of our inequalities. So I'm going to be less than or equal to $10. So let's make it $1.50x for the small and $2.75 for the large. Okay, and we want at least 5 toppings. So we want to be together. We want to be greater than or equal to 5. Okay, does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So this is our 4 inequalities. All right, so let's do our red for our greater than or equal to zeros. Okay, so we want to be this way and this way. Okay, all right, so again, I like to use colors to keep everything together. So let's get our mint guy here for our money. 275y is less than or equal to negative 1.5x plus $10. I guess we don't need the point. Okay, we're going to divide by 275. Now, don't worry, that looks really weird. Okay. Now, how are we going to graph that? Well, I'm going to take my calculator, and I'm going to go 1.5 divided by 2.75. I'd show you on here, but then the video automatically shuts off. Okay, and I got this really weird decimal, and I'm going to press math to fraction, and I'm going to find out that's 6/11. Okay, so y is less than or equal to 6/11, and we're going to talk more about that in class. Okay, so just kind of bear with me. I'll show you how to do that in class. And again, if I pull up the calculator, the video shuts off. So, all right, so we're going to start. Let's do every 2 blocks is 1, just to so we have a better idea. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait, that's not going to work. All right, then I guess we're doing every block as 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's 10. There's 10. Okay, so we're going to graph the first one. All right, so I'm going to start at 10. Oh, this is negative. Okay, so there's my dot. I'm going to go down 6 and right 11. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, and we're shading this way. So I'm just going to draw an arrow again so I know where I'm going to be coloring. Okay, and then we have the x plus y is greater than or equal to 5, so y is greater than or equal to negative x plus 5. So I'm going to start at 5. 5, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go down 1, right 1. Okay, there's my graph. Okay, and we are shading this way, which means our answer is going to be in between the 2 lines because our red lines also define it. And I can pick any point in that shaded region, the overlapping shaded region, to find, can't see that. Oh, let's do this one. To find an answer. So I can pick, I don't know, this guy right here. So that's 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can pick 8 small and 4 large toppings. I know that's too many toppings for me. I like mine like just give me some buffalo chicken. I do like chicken bacon ranch. I really like chicken ranch. Mushroom. I had pineapple and ham and pineapple, and it's actually not that bad. So, all right. I want you to pause the video and try the next one on your own. Let's see how you do. Okay. All right, so we're playing football and video games. So X is football, video games, and Y is football. And we only have 3 hours. So we have X plus Y is less than 3. And we have our greater than or equal to zeros. And we have to spend over an hour playing football. So here's my graph. Okay, I went by 0.5, so like every other block was 1. So we could see it a little bit better. So there's my shaded region. And I just picked a point inside. And I got 1 hour playing video games and 1.5 hours playing football. Okay. All right. So we're going to do some more of this. The hardest part for me, and I'm sure it's the same for you, is pulling information out of the words. So we're going to work on that. We're going to do a why do we care moment with that, and hopefully that'll help us. And we're going to keep working on it. We're going to do like this week is going to be this theme. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. Please stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you again real soon.